Yo, what is up, guys? This is RIzzyPOW, and this is going to be week 5 of the NPL, the National Pokeball League, against my good friend Danza, the GBA Season 1 champion. I got my team right over here, and he has his team. So I'm actually not going to be doing a team builder for this video. Like in the beginning, I usually have my team and I show it off and stuff. And I actually spent a lot of time on this team and I really liked it. But the thing is, I decided that I don't want to do it just because, one, it's a bit late. I actually just finished having this battle. It's Sunday night, and this is going to be going up on Monday. And 2, I just kind of don't feel like this battle is worth having a team builder for. I'll just explain it to you throughout the battle, you know. But yeah, this is, I was really happy with this team. Danza is a very scary team. It's a very hyper-offensive team. Obviously, it might not look it from this team because he kind of brought a weird team, you know. But he usually has this psychic core being TAPU LELE and his TAPU LELE and Mega Alakazam, 2 extremely scary threats, and it was going to be really difficult for me to deal with them, but he decided not to bring it for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, he decided to bring, he also had his Sand Core with Excadrill and Gigalith, which was another huge threat because my team is kind of weak to that, to Drill, but he decided not to bring Gigalith, so I don't have to worry about, you know, something like that being really scary. He brought ROTOM, which I definitely knew was a possibility versus me, just because, you know, it's a ghost type for Kangaskhan. It probably has a Cobra Berry, can wisp stuff, and it's actually pretty decent versus my team. I saw it in a lot of mocks as well as Skuntank, just because it can kind of deal with Hoopa. So yeah, I was kind of expecting those things to come. Kamo, definitely look at his team. He brought nothing that actually just naturally outspeeds Kangaskhan, which was really weird. So I was expecting this to be like a DD Kamo since his team was so naturally slow. It could be a nice win con for him. That's what made most sense just looking at this. Vaporeon, probably one of his ways to beat Mega Kangaskhan unless I have Double Edge or yeah, unless I have Double Edge pretty much, but I'll be taking a shit ton of damage still. Probably Rocky Helmet with Wish Protect, Scald, potentially Toxic, even Roar. I was pretty sure he was going to bring Toxic though. Then he just got Drill. It's his only rocker, so I guess Rocks. It probably has Rocks, and he has Defog on this maybe. And then just Entei. Entei's kind of scary for my team because I don't have the best switch-ins. I have a Mantine right here though, but yeah, let's just go into my team right here. I got a lot of help for this. I got quite a good amount of help from my front office as well. I originally was actually running sub pass Scolipede into Mega Kangaskhan because that does really well versus his team, but into Power Up Punch Kangaskhan actually, but I decided to change it just because Scolipede is just naturally so good versus Danza's team, because Danza has a very his team is very hyper offensive, but it's pretty frail besides like the couple of stuff like Vaporeon, Kamo, but they're usually going to be offensive. I mean, Vaporeon is him at Kamo still. And, you know, very good agility users or things that can speed pass and outspeed Mega Alakazam can be very scary for his team. So that was a little thought process behind it. I got Protect, Mega Horn with the Z move, and then I have Earthquake as well as SD. I was originally going to be sub. My front office was telling me to be sub, but I ended up deciding to change to SD just because I felt like sub. The reason why sub was there is because if I wanted to revenge Scolipede with Mega Zam, there's a very good chance he would be sub Zam, so I could sub up alongside him if I'm expecting him to sub. If I'm really expecting to sub, I should just Poison Jab. And the reason why I have SD is because if he has a Tapu Lele and it's scarfed into Moonblast, I can come in to revenge kill this thing and sub an SD and potentially even sweep the game. Z Mega Horn is really good this game. It can do like 60% just naturally to Vaporeon and like 60% to Rotom, which is pretty insane. And then Earthquake kind of does really well versus the rest of his team. I'm obviously gonna have to weaken Kamo. I don't know how the fuck you pronounce Kamo. Is that how you pronounce Kamo? Okay, someone help me. I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah. And when I get an MSD, I think I can just Z Savage spin out, and I will kill the Vaporeon. After an SD, Earthquake probably does, a good chunk to this Komodo right here. Yeah, so I'm cussed up Donphan because, I want to get rocks up. I felt like it was really good. Cussed up can still work in psychic terrain, so I thought it was a really nice thing. And then I have, also this is just an offensive Mega Kangaskhan, just return Earthquake, Sucker Punch, and, no, not Power Up Punch, I'm Crunch, to hurt that Rotom. And then I'm knockoff Custap Berry with Rocks and Spin on my Donphan. Nothing really too fancy. Been bringing this a lot. Then I got Necrozma right here. Necrozma is one of my answers to Tapu Lele and Zam. It's actually a very speed-depth bulky set with, Calm Mind, Psyshock, because Calm Mind Alakazam is actually kind of scary, so I can hit up on that physical side. And then I got Hidden Power Ground just so I can at least do damage to Excadrill, because it can 2-hit KO me because I have very little defense investment on this Necrozma. Now we got Scarfupa, we got Energy Ball and enough special attack to 2-hit KO the Vaporeon. We got Knockoff because his main switch into this is going to be his Skuntank, and I can just get rid of its item without lowering my defense with Hyperspace Fury and then taking a ton of damage from a Pursuit. And I do have Hyperspace Fury as well, just because sub Alakazam is kind of scary, and that means I can revenge kill it and hit it through the sub. So I do have that as well. And I have Psyshock as my last move. Not a move that I'm really going to be clicking because he does have potential dark types and just dark. So he did bring 2 dark resist, so there's that. But usually, but if he didn't bring them, and Psyshock was Knockoff was pretty spammable, And then my last mon is a Mantine. This is my first time bringing Mantine, and my last because I'm actually trading off this week. I'll explain later in the video, but this is sub-toxic Mantine, and this is a really nice set versus this team. I can maybe pivot in Mantine on Vaporeon on a Scald or something. I can sub up on it so it can't toxic me. Then I can get a free toxic on anything off on his team. His only thing that's immune to toxic is Excadrill, which is not going to be taking a Scald, and Skuntank. And if he's running Skuntank, he's running bulky Skuntank. He's probably not running with any offensive investment. There's a chance he might, but he's probably not. And since I'm bold and max defense, I can just sub up on Skuntank, and I have a bit of speed investment, so I should be faster as well, unless he decide to put a lot of speed into it, which in some mocks, someone actually put a really speedy Skuntank versus me. But yeah, I can sub up on it. You can't break my sub unless it's like HP Electric or something like that. And then I can just proceed to Scald it and wear it down. If he switches out, I can get a Toxic off. But yeah, so this is a really weird team that Danza brought. I was like kind of confused when I saw it, but yeah. Also, what Mantine does is a Chardy Berry for Rock Slide from this thing, so I can hit it up with a Skull before I die or something. But yeah, that was my team. My front office did help me out with the Skull Piece set, and they have been helping me out, giving me mocks and giving me suggestions for sets. And the set versus Dallas was actually suggested by Aster. I think the Rock Paw Store Power, and I forgot to say it, and I keep on forgetting to say who helped me and stuff from my front office. And the Scolipede, this was actually this was suggested, I think, by Johnny RIzzyPOW. So it was a really nice set in this game because it actually just does really well versus Danza. So I'm just gonna start this game. I'm just gonna get off with my Donphan because Donphan is amazing. Just going to get my rocks up right here. Right here, I don't care if I get Wisped. I want to get rid of a potential Cobra Berry. So I'm just going to go straight for a knockoff. I was really close to going to Necrozma. That might have been my better play in hindsight. The reason why I wanted to go to Necrozma is because I was pretty positive he was going to Wisp right there. If he had Wisp, he was either going to be Wisp or Toxic. Most likely Wisp. But if I wanted to Necrozma, I got Wisp. He can't Toxic me with Vaporeon or anything. But I decided not to do it on the off chance he was Toxic instead. Although he was Wisp. But no matter what, I'm going to be able to get rid of his Cobra Berry, which is just really, really good for me. So right now, I'm just going to go into my Necrozma. He's shown that he has he's Will-O-Wisp, so he's probably not toxic. I'm not going to go into this. He's going to go hard Vaporeon, and I'm just going to start setting up a Calm Mind. Now right here, I was obviously expecting the toxic. I decided to go Hoop Unbound because I don't really care. We got toxic. It's offensive. It's Scarf. I should have probably gone Donphan and then pivot out into Mantine and then subbed up on it. But I decided just to go into my Hoopa. Right here, he's actually just going to Roar, so he probably doesn't have Toxic now, so I'm just going to just set up a Calm Mind, seeing if he does Roar again, and then maybe I can get a nice +1 Psychic off on him. But he does decide a Toxic, and this kind of threw me off, and I did make another misplay right here. He's Scald, he probably Wish, Toxic, and Roar, so I'm really wondering what his Mega Kang counter is right now, because I was sure this thing would be Rocky Helmet with Wish Protect. This thing cannot beat Mega Kangaskhan because it doesn't have Protect. So this is a really weird set. So I was thinking, you know, I don't know, was he like, I don't know what he was. I was really confused. I was thinking, you know, is this Scarf with like some fighting move? I don't get it, but it's like, you know, these Scarf with like some fighting move. I don't know. Because I naturally outspeed everything on his team with Kangaskhan. So, I misplayed right here. Should have just gone for a Psychic, gotten my damage off, but I decided to just go for a Calm Mind. Scolipede is going to come out. I'm actually just going to go Mantine right here because he was not Toxicking a Scolipede, and I'm just going to go for a sub, expecting him to Toxic first instead of trying to Roar. So right here, I'm going to get a free Toxic off, and as you can see, his Skuntank comes in. That's completely fine because he cannot break my sub, and I'm just going to go for a Scald. It does not break my sub. I'm going to go for another Scald. Let's see if I can get a burn, and I do, which is pretty nice. This is going to weaken Skuntank for my Hoopa, which is really, really good. Right here, I'm just going to go for another sub because I can, and I'm a cool dude like that. And right over here, I expected him to be DD because his team is so slow. He needs, like, what is his win con? So I was expecting this thing to be DD. But he was clanging scales. I knew that clanging scales went through sub. I just didn't expect it to be an option, and maybe I should have roosted scouting for that. But I definitely just want to get this Toxic off as soon as possible because this thing once I weaken this thing, I can I can potentially win with my Scolipede because this thing is one of the things blocking that. Now right here, I can either sack off my Mantine to the Specs Kamoowo, or I can just sack off my Donphan. The reason why I didn't want to sack off Donphan was because if he gets rocks up at any point with his Excadrill, I'm not going to be having this Mantine is not going to be able to this Mantine is not going to be able to come in anyway. And at least if I Donphan, I can use it for a sack. I can spin it. And also, I could have. The only reason to save this was to roost up on something like Vaporeon. But if I roost up on Vaporeon, he gets a Toxic off on me. And that kind of defeats the whole purpose of the set. It's not able to wall stuff like Excadrill. And the subset doesn't work anymore. So I just thought that my best play was to just sack my Mantine right over here. As I do that, and now his defense is dropped. So since the defense is dropped, I can just come in with Mega Kangaskhan, get a free return off. I decided not to predict the Rotom coming in just because I was expecting this thing to be max HP. He should probably have, like, you know, some speed investment. So Crunch should be able to kill this thing, but he's actually max defense and I get the crit. Now this was pretty bad for Danza, although he did click Pain Split right here. So if he clicked Will-O-Wisp, it would have been a lot worse, but he clicked Pain Split. So I'd have actually been able to just kill him the next turn. Yeah, it did suck, but it would have put my Kangaskhan a bit lower, but you know, still I was getting a kill at some point right here. Even if he Wisp, I would have obviously gotten a kill because I would have been able to crunch it the next turn. But yeah, I'm just gonna go into this. He's not gonna go into this what is it? This Excadrill right here. I'm expecting him to be Scarf because, or unless he's Scarf Entei or something, or I don't know what I was expecting. I was confused what this might be. So I'm just gonna Earthquake and. he wasn't Scarf, and Scarf wouldn't have even killed, so that's why I went for Earthquake. And unless he was like max HP, at least it was max HP, that crit didn't matter. But yeah, I'm going to go hard into Hoopa right here. I'm going to take the Toxic. I'm just going to go straight up for an Energy Ball. I was really close to going for a knockoff, expecting Skuntank, but even if I did, Skuntank would have to take rocks, it would have to take burn damage, and then I'm going to have to take that Energy Ball. I then just decides to let his Vaporeon get weakened, and my Scolipede comes in right here. I'm not sure why he roared, but I'm just going to get a Savage Spin Out off, and Scolipede is going to put in some work. I actually cannot kill this thing with an Earthquake. So right here, I'm just going to go into Donphan, and I know I can take 2 because I know he's not banded, and I can just hit up with a Burnt Earthquake to put him in range of Earthquake from my own Scolipede. Now right here, I could have probably preserved the 5-0 or the 4-0. I didn't realize that. Actually, I don't think I could have preserved a 4-0 because he had Kamo relatively healthy. So I guess not. But I'm going to go into my Mega Kangaskhan right here, and I'm just going to hit Earthquake. As we see that he is Scarf, he burns me and he crits me. Not that big of a deal, just because I'm pretty sure Kamo is going to be able to live a hit anyway and be able to kill me. So it was fine. I'm just going to go for return, and he's going to bring his Kamo in, and I'm just going to go for return, just getting off damage, you know, putting it in range of Scolipede. So he's going to kill me off right here. I'm going to go out of my Scolipede, and Scolipede can pretty much win this game. I'm actually going to, I think I protect this first turn just in case, you know. This was a roll, I think, so I just wanted to make sure. And now I'm going to go for the Earthquake right here to make sure that I get that kill. And right here, just in case, like max defense, max HP, and it would be like a roll very much in my favor. But like I don't want to take that, and maybe like he crits me with like a Fire Blast or something. I'm not sure. There's just no reason for me not to go for Protect to get that little burn damage off, and now go for an Earthquake. So I'm just gonna do that and kill him off. But yeah, that was a pretty good game. It was a really weird game. It wasn't that very good of a game. It was weird. I don't understand I don't understand the thought process behind this team. It was just weird. I don't know what his plan was to win this game. Kind of weird, but I'm not sure. He wasn't DD Kamo. I don't know. I'm sure Danza has reasoning. Danza is an amazing player still. He's kind of tilting though, so make sure you go check him out. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And actually, we actually made some nice transactions this week, and we might even be making some next week. So I'll probably make maybe like a new team recap video for that. Yeah, because I'll be getting, like, my team's going to change pretty drastically, hopefully, in the next 2 weeks. But yeah, I traded off some stuff to my boy Trev CL, Trev the King, you know. You got Trev the King right here. I was gonna imitate his voice in like a Texan accent, but I decided not to do that. You guys should see the impersonation tags of Trev. They are the best. But yeah, we made some trades right here. I traded off Necrozma, actually, even Mantine, 2 mons that came to this team. Necrozma, I understand, it's banned the GBA, so it's OP. But Trev was offering me some really nice trades. I traded off Necrozma, Mantine, and ROTOM Heat for Reuniclus, Alolan Marowak, and Mimikyu. So the reason why I did that, obviously, I got pretty much the same roll out of Reuniclus on with, what was it? I got the same roll by Reuniclus pretty much filled the same role that Necrozma did. What was it? It's fighting resist, a bulky psychic type. And the thing with Reuniclus is that it's a downgrade for sure, and I lose out on filter, and I lose out on the physical sweeping side. But the thing is that I also get a nice ability in Magic Guard, and since I had Mega Kangaskhan and Necrozma, 2 pretty bulky things that are very hard to kill on the same team, I was very much toxic bait. And so with Reuniclus, this helps that part out a lot. As well as the next 2 trades, I trade off ROTOM Heat for Alolan Marowak, and that just helps my electric community a lot. Gives me another rocker because I lost a rocker Necrozma, and it's a better rocker than Necrozma because I don't really want to run rocks on Necrozma that often. My last mon that I had was I got Lola Marowak, and then I traded off Mantine for Mimikyu. Now Mimikyu, it's pretty good and it's a really good mon. I don't think it fits on my team too well, but it's a very good mon and it can always be trade fodder because I do have a lot of weaknesses still with my team. So hopefully I can get a trade with that. I'll at least have it for next week, and even if I don't get a trade with it, it's a very good mon, and also it just stops sweeps and stuff, and it's a really good mon. Hopefully, yeah, hopefully maybe I even actually get to keep it because it's a really fun mon as well. But I hope you guys enjoy. Also, my new Z-Move user will be Mimikyu, so that's pretty exciting. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.